Hello, beautiful friends. It's Erica. I was sitting down today to do a kind of a global energy update and a look at where we're at in the collective, where we are in this massive awakening transition, and where we are in the world today. We have lots of crazy things going on, and I felt really called to bring you guys a message of support of what we're meant to understand, how we're growing, how we're learning. And it was really interesting because when I sat down um, and connected, I was met with this incredibly excited, eager energy, galactic beings that wanted to communicate something. And so it was really interesting. So what I'm going to do is bring forward the message that they have for us right now in terms of what they're observing going on the earth, what they're happy with, how things are going. So essentially, some of you may have seen my message from the Pleiadians I did a while back. This is going to be sort of similar. And I don't want to name these particular beings because there's so many, but I have to say the energy was super eager, really excited, almost giddy. And it was a very sweet energy. And it was almost like I was in the presence of this energy, and I was like, do you want me to translate? And it was like, yeah. Cause but it was so sweet, I have to tell you, which is not, it's not counterintuitive to all the craziness going on in the world today. Especially those of you that are kind of awakened to where we are moving into. But anyway, I want to bring forth the message of the message that is wanting to come through from these beings, just really about where we're at. We know where we're at is super important, to put it lightly. So I'm just going to bring forth the messages that they want to share. And so I'm just going to get started. It was like I was having a dialogue with them, and I was asking them questions. And so the first thing I asked was, what is their purpose for this communication today? Like, why the eagerness? Why the excitement? Why the like, what? It was literally like almost like little kids that are so excited to end up going to an amusement park that they're like jumping up and down, so excited, getting ready to leave the house. I mean, that's kind of the energy I was getting. But they said the purpose of the message today and the communication today is about breaking out of our comfort zone, breaking out of where in the past we have not known things. I genuinely feel like there was a lot of hinting at disclosure, which was fascinating. And that's going to come in a little further here into the message. But the purpose of the communication is to tell you that more communication is forthcoming. In that, if you have been seeking answers, trying to figure out like what's next, why is everything happening for the reasons it's happening, what are the solutions, the purpose of their communication here is to get us to see that when the communication comes in, and when new communication, new information comes in, and we begin to get more answers for the questions that we have, the unsolved mysteries, the uncertainty, when we begin to get those questions, it is going to push us to be uncomfortable. Because they were bringing me both South Node and North Node energies, which is about letting go of the past in order to open up to some information that may be uncomfortable to hear. And so it's almost like they were giving, but they were excited about it. It was this feeling of, yeah, you might feel uncomfortable. The people of like humanity may be a little uncomfortable with the news and the information that's coming in, but it's meant to bring us into new territory, meant to bring us into new horizons, to bring us into areas that we've not explored, considered, or thought of, whether this is ideologically in our belief system, in our spiritual beliefs, and what we come to understand about the way the universe works, the way things work here on Earth. it's almost like it was like, we're so excited and we want to tell you, but we can't tell you, but we're excited and we're telling you we're going to tell you, which of course it's like, okay, if we want these answers, why are you not telling us? So then, you know, what they're observing, and I asked, what were they observing happening on Earth? Like, what was their observation of what they're seeing going on? And they brought me the fact that things are shifting, things are elevating. We are ascending in a very rapid pace right now. And we are about to have things that have been hidden revealed. And this is where I was like, you guys are talking about disclosure being one of them, because it was literally about revealing who you really are, revealing the truth, coming out of the woodwork. And when more truth and things that have been hidden and things that need to be seen are seen, there is going to be a balancing happening in the collective. There is going to be almost like a karmic balancing, because things have been out of balance where a lot has been hidden and a lot has been an illusion. It is going to come full circle in terms of a rebalancing in the collective energy field. They were showing the full moon in Libra energy, which is the you know, what is coming forward and what is going to be revealed is going to be the best for everyone involved. It's going to restore some balance. It is going to be just. There is a karmic justice for what is going to be revealed. And they're seeing that things are shifting. People are beginning to awaken. There is an expansion happening in the collective consciousness, and this that they are seeing happening, and they're seeing more and more things being revealed, whether this is our own, like people aligning with their own missions and who they really are meant to be and what they're meant to be doing, how they're meant to be serving, to, you know, information that's been hidden, that has needed to come out, that has not been disclosed, that has not been revealed. Whatever is being revealed is going to be restoring justice and balance into the collective, which who doesn't want to hear that, right? But it's like, you know, they're observing this restoring of justice. So the next is, I asked, what is it that you are pleased with? Like, what is it that that they are pleased with in terms of what they're observing happening in the collective, in humanity at the moment? And what they are very pleased with is that there's a lot of people having massive breakthroughs. It's like what is meant to come to an end is coming to an end. Old systems, old constructs, relationships, belief systems, whatever is, there's incredible change coming. There's that eclipse energy, which is like the inevitable that is supposed to happen is happening. And these are incredible breakthroughs in understanding of where we have been kept small, where we have felt lack of worthiness, where we have felt powerless, where we have felt like we don't deserve abundance, happiness, freedom. And they're pleased with the fact that many of us are connecting to the feeling that we're fighting for our sovereignty, because they were showing this is what they're pleased with: the eclipse energy, powerful change, full moon in Virgo, you are good enough and your commitment is being tested. So with this, what they're pleased with is that people aren't gonna take it anymore, is really the energy where it's like, you know what? No, this is not okay. And I am going to fight for what I believe, and I am going to fight for what's just. I am going to fight for what's right. And it's not easy, but our commitment to our journey, it's like the awakening of the masculine in everybody, which is, I am in control of my life. I am in charge of my destiny. I am not going to be sitting back and waiting for someone else to come and save the day. I am not going to wait for just magically some sort of change. They're very pleased with the fact that people are putting are not backing down from what's right. Because if, let's be honest, over the last more than 2.5 years since everything really started shifting, a lot of people were sitting back and allowing injustices to continue. I'll just leave it at that. This is from a galactic and spiritual level that I'm speaking. I'm not trying to get into specific topics, but they're pleased with the fact that people are willing to fight for what's just. People are willing to get uncomfortable for what's right, for making change, for no longer sitting back and staying in discomfort, staying in the comfort zone. People are pushing themselves. People are getting uncomfortable. They're having the conversations and the dialogue with others. They are speaking up. They are taking action in their communities. And they're willing to do it. And this is pleasing very much to the Pleiadians. And now my next question was, what is it that they really want us to pay attention to? Like what's kind of not a warning, but what is it that we need to see as a collective? What message do you want humanity to see in terms of what is your heads up, your galactic heads up for kind of what's happening now and where we're going here in the near future? And their message was very, very clear, which was in order to create a stable new future, an abundant new future where things are built on solid ground, we have to get rid of negativity. We have to get rid of the fighting. We have to get rid of fighting to fight to hurt yourself. What does a Scorpio do? It's like stings. It even will sting itself in its negativity sometimes to where it dies, right? Where it's like, how much are you hurting yourself by the negativity that you are feeling, exuding, and promoting? Are you perpetuating negativity? Are you perpetuating fear? Are you perpetuating anger? Are you perpetuating ego? It was like a very stern message around letting go of negativity, because a lot of the negativity is simply coming back and recirculating on ourselves. The more negative energy we put out, the more negative energy we receive back. The person who's negative, argumentative, judgmental, angry, cruel is not going to suddenly get all sorts of wonderful blessings coming into their life. It's just universal law. So, but in order to create this prosperous new start, this stable new start, we have to let go of the negativity. And it's interesting because this looks like a bull, right? It's the Taurus energy. Where have you been super stubborn? Where have you not wanted to let go of your convictions? Because gosh darn it, you want to be right. You want to be right. You have to be right, because if you're not right, your entire foundation crumbles. Your stability crumbles. And we have to build upon a new foundation. What is coming to light now is very much meant to create an incredibly new, beautiful world. But things and structures have to get broken down in order to rebuild on a completely new and solid foundation. And so a lot of these things are crumbling down. And what we need to pay attention to is that, we are on our way to the new earth. Yet, it's important that we take a stand and not give up because things get difficult. Not to give up because people are negative. Not give up because our deepest fears. It's like that transformative energy. Like many people right now, guys, are going through incredible dark nights of the soul, where it's like their foundations are crumbling. And many of you watching my channel, you've obviously, you're a lot of the way showers. You have awakened sooner. You have gone through your dark night of the soul moments to where you have, you know, literally surrendered to spirit, because what else can you do? You've been broken open. And, you know, the guidance here really is to let go of the negativity, to let go of the need to be right, to let go of the need to hold on to things because they're comfortable and familiar. You know, things like tangible things, jobs, relationships, and then the intangible ideas, beliefs, limiting beliefs, doubts, fears, uncertainty. We have to let go of that in order to get to where we want to be. So asking them now, what is it that is important for us to be focused on? What do they want us focusing on? Communication, talking, finding the common ground, taking time to let go, taking time to calm things down, facing your fears of speaking up, facing your fears of talking to others, opening up dialogue. They want us focusing on that whatever information is going to be coming forward in the collective, be it over the next couple of months, we're meant to take a breath. We're meant to, whatever information comes in, when this information, when new information, when communication comes in, they're saying it's time to, they're saying it's going to be very important that we take a deep breath, that we don't react, and we work through our fears. It's the new moon in Scorpio, where it's like, we may have some, you know, fear of change is a big one. Many people definitely fear change, but, you know, change of beliefs, change of perspective, change of paradigm. So they really want us focusing on the fact that whatever's happening in our lives individually and collectively, that is important that we focus on clear communication, being open to listening, not being reactive, and opening up dialogue. And honestly, if we're talking about disclosure here, you know, a lot of stuff has been disclosed already. But if we're talking about, you know, the disclosure, they're saying that when contact is made in a formal way, be aware that there could be some distortions around this contact that could bring up some fears in people that are not aware, that are still buying into certain narratives, certain belief systems. And so what they're saying is, like, they want you to not be afraid of what's coming in, but to understand that the fears could bubble up. So what is their guidance? What is your final guidance for those that are listening to this message? What is the final guidance? I was just looking at the clock and I'm like, I have not been talking for 43 minutes. No, it's because I had my Zoom meeting on before I started recording. And by the way, I can't believe I've gotten comments about my background. I really cannot believe it, but I have. And all I want to say is there's actually a reason I have it that you may not be aware of. So I just, yeah, school's out for summer, so I can't film where I normally film. Anyway, I'm literally amazed. But what is the final guidance? What is the final guidance they have? Lemuria. It's the card of creating heaven on earth. It is happening. They want to reinforce the fact that we are returning back into the original blueprint of what was intended for Earth, what was intended for humans on Earth to experience. If you have not looked into Lemuria, many of you may feel a strong connection to that ancient civilization, but it is happening. And while we may be going through getting out of our comfort zones of how we have moved through our experience thus far in our human experience, we are meant to see that we are birthing a new age, new creations, dreaming a whole new world into being, guys. Probably why there was a lot of excitement with the message coming through earlier today, which is right before I turned on the camera here. But I hope that this has been helpful. And do stay tuned. If you want more videos like this, guys, also do sign up for my Inner Circle. It's a free membership where I do send a lot more videos out there. I still only send, I'm not even like once a month at this point, because it takes so much work to put that email together. But I know, little like technical issues, right? But do sign up for it. I will be trying to send more frequently, but right now it's not super often. But that's the message I have for you today. I hope that this was helpful. If you liked it, do give it a thumbs up. It helps other people find the channel. And until next time, I send you so much love. Bye.